Hi, I'm Silvia, and today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite pizza recipe, a surf and turf pizza. The surf is provided by prawns and the turf is courtesy of Dorsogna ham off the bone. But of course, all good pizzas start with a great dough. So we got some flour in a bowl. And this is water to which I've added yeast and I've mixed it through. And it goes in a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, just about 2 tablespoons. It will give the dough a lovely flavor and a really nice texture. And at this point, I'm just going to mix. What I want to do is to make sure that the yeast and the water have been incorporated. At this point, I can add the salt. If I add the salt at the beginning with the yeast, those two together, they don't do particularly well. They tend to fight and one kills the other, meaning that your pizza will stay flat. And we want a nice puffy pizza. So that's enough salt. I think it's time to be brave. Flour your hands. Dust your bench with some extra flour. And we're going to knead this beautiful soft dough for 3 to 4 minutes. Look, until it comes together in a smooth ball. And if you need to add a tiny bit extra flour, just do so. This is feeling really beautiful and quite fun to manipulate, to be honest. But I need to know when to stop, and that's the time now. I'm going to pop it back into this bowl, cover it with a tea towel, and let it rest for about 2 hours or until it almost triples in size. And here we go, and look at this. It's so puffy and soft and beautiful, and all we need is a tray that I have lined with some baking paper. I'm gonna dust some semolina just to ensure that we get that really nice crunchy bottom. And then you don't need a rolling pin. Just get this out. Oh, it feels so good. It's a beautiful, beautiful dough. My goodness. And literally stretch it with your hands. Let it drop and drape onto the tray. And gently persuade it to go into the tray and assume the shape of a rectangle. First of all, the passata, it goes everywhere onto our pizza base. Spread it nice and even. And then mentally divide the pizza into 2 parts. One is your surf, one is your turf. Let's start with the surf. We want cherry tomatoes, which I've halved, and our prawns, which are peeled and deveined, and dried oregano, sliced garlic. This is basically what in Italy we call marinara, but normally it's just red. It's got no protein on top, so this is like a marinara with prawns. How good is that? And let's move on to the turf. We need olives. I've got some black olives here. You could use green olives. Make sure they are pitted. And my favorite, artichokes hearts, which I've quartered. And I'm gonna just pop this in the oven without the cheese and the ham, because the cheese will only be added when the pizza is 3/4 of the way done, because I just want the mozzarella to just start the melting process and just slowly surrender to the heat. And then when we get this out of the oven, we're gonna drape the ham onto the turf side, and this is gonna be just amazing. A lick of extra virgin olive oil and salt. Be generous. And into the oven it goes. Smells so good. Our finishing touches. We rip it slightly, roll it up, and drape it. Oh, yeah. And basil. Let's cut through and see what happens. Ooh.